Hey guys, this is Danny. Welcome to my channel. Make sure to subscribe, it helps me a lot, helps me grow, and then I can review more rackets, be on time with the release. This time let's review Head Extreme Pro. I think in a lineup it is quite an important release for Head, especially since the Extreme Tour. Back then it was called the Tour, now it is called the Pro. It was one of the most hyped out rackets on the market. Probably now this hype was replaced with the Gravity Tour, probably the most wanted racket, at least by seeing the numbers on YouTube. Really quick about the Extreme Tour slash Extreme Pro mold, because they didn't change the mold, they played now mainly with the layup. But as we know, the layup can change a lot the performance and feel. The previous release, the performance was nice, the response was quite communicative, the jump from the string bed was quite explosive, you get the power, you get the spin potential, and you get the control from the slightly smaller head size. What I didn't like about the previous head Extreme Pro was the feel. It wasn't as clean, hybrid concept I would say, similar to what I experienced back then play testing with some countervail. The frame itself was kinda stiffen up, but the materials were making it feel gummy, rubberized, and this mixed feelings on contact point is a bit confusing. That same issue I had playtesting the previous Extreme Pro. This update, this release of Extreme Pro is improved everywhere, I would say, especially on feel. The feel is now clean, a bit towards prestige, I dare to say, meaning the contact point is very clean, you feel the ball on the string bed. Some might say this hy-bor update from Head stiffens up the feel of the racket. Maybe, to me, every hy-bor racket I playtested was slightly stiffer in feel compared to the previous releases. So in a way you get more control, you get more feel and feedback, but you lose some comfort. And this was actually the first time I had to finish my practice, my review early, because I injured myself with the racket. Probably, most likely, it was totally random, not associated with the racket, but it didn't really happen with any other racket that I playtested ever during my YouTube career. So there is this huge question mark now next to the Extreme Pro. I'm not sure if I wanna playtest the racket again, because the options are now limitless basically. So many great rackets around, and specs I got from this racket, from this specific racket. But the previous Extreme Pro, I feel like it didn't take the leather that great, and this one, I playtested it with a leather grip. It played perfect. Like the specs were perfectly in my wheelhouse. Compared to some other popular rackets like E-Zone is much more muted and gives much more power. To me, this hy-bor Extreme Pro is less powerful than the previous Extreme Pro, and the ball was less jumpy, less trampoline effect, if you wanna say like that, which made some things easier and some things harder. It was a bit harder on defense, but I felt the drive a bit more, and that's where the control is when you drive the ball, and that's why I feel like this racket is a bit maybe more advanced for advanced players, slightly less forgiving, but the sweet spot is better. It's more juicy, more addictive. You want to seek, you want to look for this sweet spot, for this perfect contact point. With the previous one, it was more muted. You didn't feel the ball on the string bed that much. Compared to Pure Aero 98, I feel like the power is night and day difference. Extreme Pro definitely less power. When it comes to how speedy the frame felt, I feel like it is still a fast racket, similar to Radical, similar to E-Zone. E-Zone felt slightly heavier in my opinion. So in general, everything associated with performance I liked more with this update compared to the previous version. Is it a switch from me? Hard to say. I prefer the feel of Gravity Tour. E-Zone 98, I don't have that much issues with the feel of the E-Zone. I have more issues with spin potential with the E-Zone. And Extreme Pro provides spin potential for sure, mainly because it is less explosive. So it feels like the ball stays longer on the string, but I have more time to shape the ball. My explosiveness won't be translated into power that much or that quick. So it's easy to guide the ball towards your target, shape the ball how you want. It is, on the other hand, slightly more punishing if you don't commit to your shot. I felt it on backhand, it was less penetrating. I felt it on serves, it was slightly harder to generate explosive kicks. It was harder to generate power with the Extreme Pro compared to E-Zone, Pure Aero 98, even Gravity Tour, which in a way should be a more contour-oriented racket, more traditional racket, but the string bed there is more opened, the launch angle is higher, therefore it is more responsive from the string bed. From the frame, Gravity Tour is more controlled. Extreme Pro, in a way, it looks more modern, but performs more like a classic racket. Now, previous Extreme Pro was more muted, kinda similar to the E-Zone, and had much more power, in my opinion. And this Extreme Pro, I had it with Luxelon Alu Power Soft at around 20.5 kilos, so I strung it very low with a relatively soft string, so the power should be there. I was quite worried with the power potential that I would experience some sailing, but no, actually I was encouraged to drive more, hit with better acceleration, and still to me it was more as a contour-oriented racket rather than the power-oriented racket. Even as a spinny racket, it wasn't as spinny, as jumpy as maybe Pure Aero 98 or Vicor 98. In a way, it was more honest. It wasn't helping that much, pushing me towards a specific play style. It can be a good thing or bad thing. For advanced players, probably a good thing because it is more consistent with how you swing. But if you don't commit to your shots, I felt like the sweet spot is smaller and less communicative. So yeah, guys, that's it for this review. Make sure to subscribe and see you soon. Probably Tournament of Rackets. Dun, 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 dun.